right. So, one of the other things I thought was very interesting this year was Time always does its Person of the Year. It's been controversial over the past year, over years. There have been people that have had it. I remember in 2000, was it 2007 or 8? They made you, meaning social media, the Person of the Year. They always do, every now and then they do something like this, and this year it was the Architects of AI. And when you read the article, it really talks about, these are the people that are not just architecting AI, but architecting the future of our civilization. And I honestly do not think that is hyperbole. So it is very, very important for us to understand who these people are, what they care about, what motivates them, and who they're beholden to. Because it is not hyperbole to say that the people that are in this picture really are architecting the future of humanity, for better or worse. This is really coming into, where 2023, a lot of people, they may have heard of ChatGPT, they may have known someone using it. 2024 was like, oh, maybe I'll try this thing out. Oh, it gave me a good email. 2025 was like, everyone's like, use AI, use AI. Now people are really starting to pay attention. This is no longer something that, you can put your head in the sand and say, oh, this is a passing fad. This is no longer something that we can say, oh, it's just a novelty or it's just some, passing tech fad. This really is, the future. And, one of the things that I really hate, honestly, is when I go through and I see so many people that say AI needs to be stopped. AI needs to be, we can't have AI. And I just say to that, redirect that anger. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to be worried, but don't direct it at the tool. Direct it at these people. Hold them accountable. Hold them accountable for what they're doing, for what they say, for what they put into the models. If I go and I, make a bad house or my house falls down, I don't blame the screwdriver. I don't blame the hammer. You blame the person who built it. You blame the person who didn't have, that lacks the regulation, which we'll get into here in a minute. Those are the people you blame, because at the end of the day, AI is just a tool. It is a very powerful tool. So what I really hope is that all of that anger that I see on social media towards the tool, I hope that you use that in a constructive way to hold these people accountable for what they're building, because it really is important for us to make sure that we have a say. All right, had you all heard about this yet?
It's started to feel like it's becoming more and more unavoidable or forced adoption. And when I just see at this specific picture, I feel like it's just concentration of power, all in just one frame that I could see. And when, like, if let's say if these are the people or these are the architects of AI, then maybe we just adding to your point, like maybe we ask the harder question, like what happens when the building collapses? Are they responsible? How should we make them responsible? Like all of these tech giants are talking about all the productivity gains, but there is not much noise or not much information coming up on reskilling or the UBI or anything else. Like it's just about all the productivity gains and not the actual workers who will be affected with all this.
You're absolutely right. I think what this picture also really shows, which is the part that's not in this picture. What's the building that's holding them up so high? That's the data. That's the foundation. That's the creatives. That's the code. That's everything that this tower was built off of, which is you, me, us, everyone. And they're sitting up there as the beneficiaries of it. Like I said, people have a right to be angry. People have a right to be pissed. People have a right to not want some of these things. I just hope that that anger is directed at the right place. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're the ones that built the building. We're also the ones that can make the wind blow, so to speak. This photo. We're the ones that can turn the tides. We're the ones that can speak up and say, no, this is not what we want, and demand that they listen.
And have you seen the picture where this picture is actually taken an inspiration from? It was from an old iron workers in the same setting. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, one, yeah, let me pull up that picture.
Is AI the image on the front of the Times?
It probably is, to be completely honest. But this is it's based off of. And why I think that this does not have a comparison is that you don't see JD Rockefeller up there. You don't see JP Morgan up there, the people that fund. No, what do you see? You see the workers, the people that actually built this building. Those people sitting up here, they didn't build shit. They didn't build anything. They have built their own Death Star. They've built their own things, but they built it off of the hard work of people like this. And that's why I think that, I mean, the comparison there is like, in this would be, having in the Gilded Age, the people that, but this is, the people that should be sitting up there are the people that have built this digital revolution, the people that have supplied the data, supplied the content, the people that whose books and art and music that were stolen to create these magnificent tools. I mean, obviously, I love them. I love AI, but at the end of the day, we have to hold these people accountable so that these are the people that benefit. And every time I look at this photo, me being scared of heights, like I could not imagine, because that is not AI generated. That is literally them sitting over New York. No harness, no nothing.
They're
Just,
just
you know, it's really quite amazing. And this is, what America used to be about, building amazing things. And we still are about that. We just have to make sure that that concentration doesn't the benefits don't only reward the very few at the top. But yeah, I think, the subtext behind it is that, they're making choices that will shape society for decades to come. I mean, I've said this for a while that, the decisions that we make in the next 5 years will shape the next five. The system design, the training data, the deployment rules, all of these things, all of these decisions that we make as an industry, we make as, we hold our politicians, we hold our CEOs, we hold our managers, the people that are making these decisions. When you're in the boardrooms, when you're in these meetings, I know some of the people watching this are in those meetings at OpenAI and Anthropic. I have friends at all of those companies. It's up to you to hold these people accountable. Don't look back 5 years from now and think what could have been. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, to say the least. I do have some empathy for it because I do know some of the people that were at Facebook in the early days, and things like the like button. That was literally a hackathon project that shaped our world. Right, that one little, it would be cool if someone could just like something. Because before that, you had to comment on it. It was a much more enhanced. I remember first seeing the like button. I was like, oh, this is great. I just like it. But then the downstream effect of that one little decision has had huge ramifications on our society. So we cannot sit back and say, like we did with that, like, oh, we just didn't think about that. That's not an option with this, because with AI, I don't believe that there are second chances. We have to get this right, and it's up to us.